But the casting person was like, do you want something fun to show your grandchildren, or do you want a hit television show? Because you really have to replace she's the lead. She cannot be. So she called me at home and said, can you come to Cartoon Network tomorrow early in the morning and just redo all these lines for this pilot? So I said, sure, I'll do it. So I went out and read it, and I didn't know if it was going to do anything at all. Because I was also, okay, I did audition for, remember the evil Con Carne that used to be part of it? Yeah. Yes, well, I was Major Dr. Ghastly, and I was I love the chief. He was wonderful. So I was already playing Ghastly. So she said, why don't you get the girl that plays Ghastly to just come and redo these Mandy lines? And it turned out that ended up being the hit show, not even the other show that we were doing. So anyway,
Excuse me, that's amazing.
25 minutes later.
I have a funny story about one of the evil Con Carne episodes. I had this really cheap ex-boyfriend who he was just the cheapest person ever. He would take 2-ply toilet paper. They have 2 layers, and he would separate it and put it on 2 different rolls to save 8 cents. Anyway, yeah.
And give it to you as a birthday present.
No, but one time it was my birthday, and I was just complaining about the day we had because I had asked I wanted to go to an antique store, and he took me to a thrift store. And then he was like, do you want this little dish? And I was like, yeah, I'll take that little dish. And then I saw him arguing with the guy about getting 10% off because it was a coupon laying out saying, and they're like, no, that's at the other location. Anyway, and then I wanted sun-dried tomatoes on my pizza, and he was like, oh, those are a gourmet topping. Why don't you just pick a regular tomato? And I was like, very different. Sun-dried tomatoes are very different. And anyway, so I was complaining about him, and they recorded me complaining about him in the booth. So at one point in Evil Con Carne, it's the Lady of the Lake episode, and you'll have to just do your homework on that. But for this Lady of the Lake episode, we're talking to the Lady of the Lake, and he starts insulting Chief. And I go, don't be mean to the chief. He's all right. Except for this one time. And then we went to the store, and he was haggling with the lady over. They recorded my complaining about my ex-boyfriend on there. So it was a shock to watch that episode and all of a sudden hear this story. And I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't get mad at me. I'm going to get in trouble at some time in my life because I talk a lot about people behind their backs, as you have seen in this panel. No one's safe. But it is kind of funny. Yeah, I did. And then I popped right back into, I was like, and then he was like, he wanted that coupon. But anyway, so the chief, then I start talking normally again. Sorry, that wasn't an answer to your question, but it was a fun story. Adam's on the phone.
Sorry.
Really? I'm sorry. Adam,
interrupt my answer. That's all right.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear him? Okay, so I'm at this panel in Richmond, Virginia, and there's people that have a bet going on whether Fredberger is alive or dead. So what's the final answer on that?
No, he died in 2015.
He died in 2015.
Yeah. No. After the show, he was on billboards and stuff, and then after the show, he just took it really hard. He got really into nachos, and it was like a whole Nicolas Cage leaving Las Vegas thing. It was bad.
Maxwell. Everybody loves you, Maxwell, and everybody wants...
Did you tell him who else is here, Gray, or just you?
Yeah, Max. Hi, how you doing, buddy?
She's
it's not just a great show.
She's at a panel.
Yes, Billy and Grim are here, too.
Our names are Richard and Greg.
So what have we learned today?